Yama wakwaba biem Ediaba Adom TV Nnawotwe Yi medie so kai say you live ewo Asempa 94.7 yestimi so ewo Facebook on ho nti bia wote ho hwe wo fie na bra so say opagya mu a obetimi aloge on ewo Facebook Adom TV na fe wahwe na dwumadie niema bebre mu a ewo se wote ho ase unse in democracy no the more na utie obia adwen no the more no na or refine system no na face no mo a reforming ama obi bia views I head na simple yeti obia ene na dream na yenko tie the electoral commission at the just ended 2-day IPAC workshop no they say obe assess the performance in 2020 elections and the reforms going into 2024 no yenko tie the electoral commissioner Mame Jean Mensa editubia.
Electoral Commission is touting as a huge success its organization of the 2020 elections. Opposition NDC rejected the outcome of the election and even filed an election petition challenging the results, a petition the Supreme Court dismissed as meritless. At an EC IPAC review workshop, the Commission says its cost-effective decisions saved the country 522 million cedis.
As a nation, we succeeded in saving our dear country a whooping sum of 90 million United States dollars. That is 522 million Ghana cedis, at a time when the cost of elections world over keeps increasing. And mind you, these savings were achieved in spite of additional costs associated with the COVID-19.
EC chairperson Jean Mensa also claims no cases of COVID-19 were recorded during the registration of voters and the exhibition of the voters' register.
As a country, we were able to undertake all our electoral processes, from the preparation of a brand new voters' register with over 17 million persons in 38 days, through to the exhibition of the register, to the filing of nominations and to election day, without the spread of the COVID-19 virus. And indeed, no life was lost to COVID-19 as a result of our activities. We need to mark and document the fact that as a result of the stringent safety protocols put in place, the number of reported cases stood at 0 at the end of the registration exercise.
According to the EC, the last election was fully funded by the government without donor support. But there are those who have labeled the 2020 election as the most bloody after 7 people lost their lives across the country. The EC says it cannot be blamed for the violence.
Also is the violence that occurred in about 5 centers and which led to the death of 7 citizens of our dear country. I use this occasion to clarify that the Electoral Commission is not responsible for election security. We need to define clearly, without a shadow of doubt, whose responsibility it is to guarantee security on election day and to place the responsibility on their shoulders.
But for future election, the EC wants polls to close at 3 p.m. instead of 5 p.m.
We propose as a commission to close the polls at 3 p.m. rather than 5 p.m. Again, we propose to do away with the system of periodic nationwide registration exercises and institute an all-round system where citizens who turn 18 or persons who have not previously registered may visit any district's office in Ghana with their Ghana card or passport and register as voters.
This 2-day election review, according to the EC, will allow it to improve future elections together with stakeholders. 8 political parties, including the NPP, were present, but conspicuously missing was the largest opposition, the NDC. The party claims the electoral management body rigged the 2020 election and will be reviewing its working relationship with the EC.
All right, and said MD can now Osha about 15 political parties in the copy here, with the exception of National Democratic Congress NDC, are more issues with the Electoral Commission and even its boss, Jean Mensa. Now, after that 2-day review workshop, NDC, every personal, Nansa, NNA. Now, almost ensem wa do makoma so no de omo de omo so to fo omo tie ye efri yisie no mu na no workshop na se no ho anu yi omo de baaye no eye omo director of elections Yira Elvis free Ankara na eja ono nso ebe chire NDC for dem.
Have to travel several kilometers to district offices, and not everyone can do this. For some poor farmer in some village, 5 cities, 10 cities from his village to the district center is a problem. How much yam would he, or cassava, or plantain would he harvest, sell, get some to feed, get some to buy kerosene, get some to buy salt and fish, and use some to travel to a district center? The law requires the Commission to put in place mechanisms to ensure that anytime citizens become eligible to vote, they can be registered. Secondly, political parties always assign agents to observe the voters' registration process. It would therefore be ludicrous for the EC to suggest that political parties should employ permanent agents at their district offices to observe the registration of eligible voters all year round. This proposal also comes against a major challenge of transparency in verifying the claims of prospective registrants at the district office level. Even the registration normal that we are all there seeing, because they are stealing, then the one you won't be there. What do you think will happen? 3, introducing all year-round voter exhibition exercise through the use of technology. The proposals of the EC to have a year-round exhibition is a laudable idea, but cannot be a substitute for the periodic exhibition exercise of the voters' register that is normally done after voter registration. This is simply because the voter exhibition exercise is not only intended to afford voters the opportunity to verify and confirm their details, but also, and this is important, 1, to ensure ineligible registrants, minors and foreigners, are challenged and removed from the register. 2, to help clean the names of dead people from the register. 3, afford voters the opportunity to confirm their captured biometric features. All these things cannot be done through the system the EC is proposing. So if you say people should just get up and go and register, how are you going to check? How are you going to remove dead names from the register? And how can you ensure that people confirm their biometric details, which we spend so much money to buy equipment for? Given the errors that occurred in the run-up to the 2020 elections when the system was deployed, and the fact that not all Ghanaians have mobile phones to assist the system, it cannot be a replacement for periodic voters' registration exhibition. 4, that's their 4th proposition, is to restrict data entry of election results to the constituency coalition level and generate national, regional, and national reports. The proposal to have the entry point of data done only at constituency coalition centers will introduce another set of opportunities for rigging and manipulation of the elections through hacking and other means. The way to build further efficiencies into the coalition process and eliminate minor inaccuracies is to hire and train competent EC staff to ensure accurate data entry and collation, and not to throw away the time-tested practice.
All right, Director of Elections at the National Democratic Congress, NDC, Honorable Elvis free Ankara, now to say, also extra NDC position war reviewer, Electoral Commission, any reforms or proposing to you. But a quick one, before say, Mamima Same Akwaba, National Communications Officer at the NDC, lawyer Same Jenfi. Same, good morning.
Good morning, Minia.
Na apom today.
Nyamiado.
Minu share with this watch papa.
Pa.
but nyamete ase. All right. It is quick one. I mean, before say be share come on ase no. Ma me state I think 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and some other 2 achievements are you see no LST e wo mudwumadi na ase which monso mo a different view of the easy no can one or say ability to conduct presidential and parliamentary elections in 6 months in a COVID environment. 2, ability to successfully conduct all our electoral activities, registration, exhibition, nomination, special voting, election day activities in the height of COVID-19. 3, higher participation of citizens in spite of fears and apprehensions of COVID-19 pandemic. Not all cutting out on one. Absence of long queues at polling stations, ability to deploy technology to guarantee that only unique individuals were registered to vote, thereby enhancing credibility of the register and electoral processes. 6, ability to prepare a brand new voters register with over 70 million persons in 38 days without the spread of COVID-19. 7, ability to reduce the cost of elections from $13 to 7.70 per person and save the country over 522 million Ghana cedis at a time when cost of elections worldwide or world over was raising. Ability to attain election participation of 79% on election day. Other achievements here. For the first time in Ghana's electoral history, the 2020 elections were fully financed by the government of Ghana without any donor funding. 2, deployment of technology to enable the citizenry to check their registration details all through to election day. It's challenges, no, or state 4 challenges. Phenomenon of rejected ballots. 2, incidents of manual verification. 3, cutting and encouragement of registration of unqualified persons such as minors and foreigners. Now, 4, no, violence in some centers. We ne enyama kakra about to come in who say challenges as compared to about 10 achievements for say HOK. So me mesa mo akwa babiem.
Yeah, mejoso.
First of all, before say be issues we nyina so kra no. E dey nti na IPAC nhyiamu omo ye dey review election 2020. NDC as a party mo yim ho frame.
Menua meda se dey kan ma me fanchi akese ema yahwefo ene wono a omutie won radio so
oh yes, I live on Assembly 4.7 and even other affiliate stations.
Yeah, the omunyina asese omaje brena omutie yen. What bisa say e dey nti na IPAC nkita hodi a ekoso between political parties and the electoral commission no NDC for yatwe ho afim. Reason ni etitia. IPAC yete no 1994. Na botaya na esi ye nisuntia yete IPAC. Eka IPAC a body a amanyuku ahodo a ewo man ni mu nyina aka ho ene ye developmental
party advisory committee
partners no eho ene ye ne easy for edinkita ho na de omo ye ewo ya bato nhyehyɛ ho nyina no mo ne ye che na ye so yetimi kire ya adwen na ye ne omu nyina no go through exactly the election process. And IPAC has always been a platform for adventure, ikitahudie, any do friend of consensus building.
Okay.
And since 1994, I say IPAC no, NDC di IPAC adwuma muakotini ye pa. Ya kan ho bi na IPAC netimi enyini etintin. Ya kan ho bi na enhyehye pa anam IPAC dwumadi no so aba wo ya batu mu. We should be to say you free the use of opaque ballot boxes to transparent ballot boxes. You free black and white ballot papers to colored ballot papers. All the reforms are IPAC in the lead NDC edi mu akotini ye. Enti the di kan kra no me pese me chirimu ma wono a wohwe yete ase se. IPAC no ye ka ho bi ne yete ye. Enti NDC for ye gidi na nyade a ye beto sa IPAC nhyehyɛ ye no ato atwe. But I say, we are bad time na wawoba. So na wateti akra na se na be akra na betimi abe penyi pa na wasom ne man na wahwe abusua. Na afi bibi nti ebia we oba o. Bibi nti awareja ya ba. Amu akwa ware obema fofo. na obema foforo no say akoda na was say mfie bibiri e de atete ne se oba be panyimpa no eye den a enya de a obo be den e bejo so isan say you have invested in sakra no a future the same thing that happen ye hwe baby a ye free ba but I see any sunti a yete IPAC any significant progress I am making in our election process through IPAC na ye hwe kwan a enai mpanifo o moda easy ano e de IPAC nhye ye na fa so se na o mesi asay no o makofa political parties bia menua mushroom political parties Ghana for the one granty omudinda because omuni offices will krum ha ye to aba o monka ho no modi o maba be gu IPAC oyo na political parties akese te say NDC a ye wo mrahye bedwa for 137 MPP for 137 yempo ye wo speaker ne de keka ho ye kwa IPAC ne ye kasa na these political parties ye omuni offices ye to aba o monka ho so wo amfofaje kra wa yes ansem twadwuma ya che me sure say bibire wa wonti omudinda e be the United Love Party ULP e be the IPS e be the UDS e be the PMP
UDS you say university
there be where there political party pa
me ba ma me hwe list
political party pa pe omo sign communicate
me ba
omo show UDS me person confirm one sana mato
UDS for her
UDS na ahwefo won kan me say Ghana ha yenim UDS bi so
ye to aba WO131 WO130
ye to aba
na
ye to aba 2020 UDS bi standi bi hold on me asem na fe na masate
but
ma mention mu fan kosi baby
okay we ya me bisa question
UDS GMP PMP ni abese so mo agu yo say adia
ULP
so ye ni baby omo offices wo omo nyina ba but ye kwa IPAC meetings akwa discuss serious issues like the review of a presidential or a general election poor man participating in na de omaba NDC for kasa no mo hekel eduru abatwa yes NDC for
deliberate
yes eduru abatwa yes na say we see am bisa say our parties no UDS for office we say unim because they be ni
to be frank
omuni bi but if you timi hu baby omowo ekomo letter invite omo so IPAC meeting and they come purposely to heckle the NDC and to do the bidding of the EC and the MPP. Is that
a fact?
It's a fact, minua. Anything you propose reforms or IPAC, you say you didn't central for IPAC. Because you discuss important issues that as major political parties are fire. Now these parties they don't even participate in elections. It drew about why you more one vote, and this is who one vote.
You tell me a question. They say, in as much as say, PUP ne UDS ne okay minimum. Have you taken the pain to check say and be only a certified political party?
They are registered, but oh political party was a wudiso. It was a war office near the even though see him say a lot of the smaller political parties like CPP, PPP, APC. To be meets our constitutional requirements and more participation in IPAC and higher because at least they participate in elections and you can see that they are making a genuine effort to be active in our electoral process and almost a meeting and yet they didn't know where so I say teams are more better my brain at the bois in Kitahudi na air cosono but we mo dear or more year to about monka office or munibi be papa be any more yan way about one shisha yet ye committee na G-Mens and MPP for access or mwaba omutimi ba IPAC meeting nsem for ya na muni IPAC meeting ti de ka no mo appreciate the seriousness of it omutimi ba IPAC meeting IPAC ye beto about 2020 ye ne inter advisory committee na afutuko sa abaduko na isi for power ye ne omo ye meeting bi some small parties omo ba into kwankwa over who to represent them at the meeting we peja na say we ye nim no ye party ni munti eni say wo meeting na say we pajanas I was ye nimu party ni di brand say so ya bastardize IPAC na mana say agudie bi ni yedi so long as those people are there to do yeah for G-Mensa and the MPP no they continue to invite them so and at the ya kra wo mu ni say bi IPAC no mra bi anta ya kire die and ya futu and na say bibi kra wo ho ne ye pese ye kire adwen wo ho ye de ma isi So bibia ni wa ehye isi wo mramu se omutie ye futuo die but the Afarijan isi no ene Charlotte say isi no mo ye ne say omo mma meka say oh mo kra no mo kire mo adwen a enye ohye ye say wose ye disunti mo pa mo nka de mo pa ye ntie no mo nyusu sa ye ntie obia pusha no omo ma wo hu say omo so pese omo hu adwen no mo pese omo hu participation in the election processes into na obuo ho into na ma consensus building na ye den ekoso kama maame Jimensa ba ye die why are they not say headmistress ne suku akoda bi relationship oba no wa beka de esi nani so opese wo ye o say a kire wadwen wo kire wadwen wi ayo ya te but we die ye mfa so uma wani ye den kasa ye be ye se be omusi okay ye nto aba na fe United Love Party ni UDS for ni GMP for no o ma beto aba ye to aba ni wi a ye so easy for position na re ne omo ni MPP so all the time they agree.
Okay, I feel na mate
then after no my issue statement say I pack nyina akogye atum se be ye we NDC ba bonten se yanka omo so na mo hobi democracy ye to aba enti se ya to aba na majority a carry the day the end mo ka ho you are bound by
but
it.
Is that not the standard process
so your
over
presence there no only validates and legitimize omo bad decisions. Oko wo anko ensa hwe but decision na ye betiki no ye do be ka ho se wo ba yenti na wo ka ho bi
na me pesa me tia say has that not been the practice over the years?
That has not been the practice.
So what was the practice?
Afarijan pencil. And we don't say this to slight any party. Yeah, NDC, yeah, allies. Omo ye unim ye inter-party resistance against the new voters register. Ni any smaller political parties ne ka ho, PNC for ka ho, any other. So we are not against any small party, and those are not the parties we are, criticizing relative to this. Ye ka parties na ye to abakro mo participating. So what I say, mo na mabubo mo di no. Now, Afarijan time wa adwen ba say ye new biometric voters register. Nana Afarijan bie mu ma all political parties participate here.
2012
yes. Until 2010 2011 ye started that process no. Committee a what say ye ni isi for nkamum ni ye procurement ne de keka ho ni nyina no. Na NDC we nam si ni ba ko. General Secretary Johnson Esioni Ketia. Na MPP we nam si ni ba ko. And other political parties ni nyina no. Ye ma omo nam si for ba ko. Obi kura bit me aka say wo senke ye ni mienu ana miensa, which is okay. So enti at that time no na Afarijan recognizes say the two major political parties any sort of say then sana in every democracy
it's not even about recognition but the represent
exactly so and democratic organization be musa representation is based on the strength of political parties that is why Jimensa or that IEA no now IEA for engage political parties I said no small parties in no
there be more representation of parliament
exactly. So I'm not saying no small parties no. We are not even saying say PPP, CPP, PNC they should be taken out. But ULP the UDS omu and omo ba ye general secretary general mosquito asori a workers no mu ye dede heke no. Ekwa don komo. Ye be wie ne say omo one vote and this is one vote. Nti ye de wo be kwa ka ni nyina no omo mba beto aba ma EC ni MPP for. Ye we chomo so NDC fo nyina ka ho bi take decision because of Boba meeting ni bi. Na say there be ade na ye fiti ase 94 na ye say na ye den. Ye no. Oh, mo so kra no say mutitini trinity posture na mo adopt say ye de ya o kai say isi ba no dan ya be de akire Bosmanasare. Waka no wo Ghana ha say NDC ye existential threat to democracy in Ghana. Now if this is the posture of impenyifo and na mo da isi ano Jimensa be de akire na ekasa sa say NDC for ya mambofo ufree say ebetimi aboa mankita hodie papa bi akoso between NDC and
GDN ne swate ana
exactly.
Ni hokra
Enti de kan say but aye esi enisu nti a ye IPAC nhyehyeye ene nhyehyeye pa anam IPAC nhyehyeye so ama ya ba no isi a ene wo sese no o se no enti ya na ye ka ho bi from 94 a ya bra ba be si na NDC ye trans ya we han mo se san nhyehyeye no enti we ye tua ya te a ye de twe nsemtrofo ye partners any stakeholders na nanoma tena konwa asofo ade abaso na insisanya was say ba na yeden aba and protests like that no are allowed for in any democratic,
process.
It's
not the case. So say NDC as a party, so person impose
not at all. So me buy me can't imposition.
No. But
so me can't imposition biya. So
say biya the easy the baby biya ni mum the susu na ye.
No, enya sa na ye ka. Ye ka say voting right arrangement na enye fair. Untumi ma NDC voting rights 1. Now we ma UDS and IPS.
UDS in the full a year then.
Me kra minim. So what you say? Jimensa nko ani nim baby omo office wa wutimi hu omo ekoma omo invitation letter mo. So when we talk about the bastardization,
I didn't have any, but unfortunately, omo nsa no ntroye na.
Almost omo rep no.
Communicating so party
I will plead with you, sir. One of these days.
No, from Monday.
What you say? You will find out. I pack and say, and you say you bre ho from 94 be seen. Say the baby drone. Yemfa mranya dey entire chiri se ne be ya isi yenya isi penyimu bia o ye penyimbo ne a onye kabima mika bintuma ontimi me treat ipack anyhow because mraya dey etaya chiri mraya etaya chiri ni nchire se ipack ne be chiri isi adwuma nemom sa futu te say the council of state ya hyehyɛ ne mramu se omutu omampanyifo ya futu omampanyi pa na opa wonfa meboa but yemfa hye mram ne yenka se okay se ye kwa ipack meeting a enye developmental partners nkwa na wase yemo kwa mo tena mu bi yema nsantwofo kakra entena mu bi yema civil society fo kakra so nya den entena mu bi na enyema mu nya den enna ho eduru abato so a voting rights arrangement na nya den yenye ni sei afi so no isi no modern say won abato issues a ombepe so mbe engage political parties ombe ma consultation na cost why say na de na ba be di mu
ba sa dia say ni edi no kra be sesa
exactly exactly
yes.
Because ade na ye aye kama amaman a wo do kra be baba besua enti we ni susu ya ye de ba ye nka say
na sa susu ye same obi bisa say na kan ye papa senka wo ko nhyiamu na se na mode atodwa say ye nso se de abato ko bi say ne wo reform sa obi aba mu
ye ko nhyiamu ya ka decisions ya ko mateki ko mu de edin be kan wo say NDC for ka ho bi ne nyina ya teki ya nko hu ntimi va ye nka ho so enti wo ka ho bi so be ka say wo ntimi free meeting mu ma emma me attack a decision reached at that meeting whether or not you were against or for
but
the agenda.
But say binding
enye binding bia
I fam ho de om
na I pack na nkasa na dada no mo say omu decisions nye binding tie ye den na de ye binding is it because na NDC for ni ho nti no is it ye binding na in any case no 2024 about whether ye nimu a ye say ye reforms towards no 3 years 7 months time anameboa it is better na what close the doors to a conversation or what conclude the conversation on possible reforms 3 years, 7 months to a major election in 2024. Let's just say one Kasa Crown, you are not ready to engage. And some of these changes are more than Banacrano. I was say yes, about Wamra currently. But you will have to even engage Parliament and the political parties. So you cannot. The idea is oh NDC for continue taking and no because even when you look at the communique no my issue now, there are most of the recommendations and our proposals now. I almost say. Omubedi hunkita ho yeko yanimi ebi kra ho mo so mo kwoti committee ni de keka so the conversation has not been concluded and yet even discussing this issue of IPAC and the current modus operandi of IPAC senia enyemesi say e wo IPAC nhihye yenimu on Adom TV Adom FM Joy News ni de keka on kra no a good positive start for us e say attention is being drawn to it. So that is how you bring about changes. If the status quo is bad, you change it. You do not accept that status quo, no. Because yes, I do baby no. Now I pack and share any but I tell you chinty the buy in I say. Now if I can address so-called achievements.
Achievements no.
About 10 of them.
Them say baku pebi na mo say louder boy all year registration.
We quite any proposals we achievements.
Achievements yeah.
Masa ya asresen.
Maku do no.
Abatwa yato. For the first time e wo Ghana bakosemu. Ya yusu sebi asoja for boni bi, not asoja for nyina. E dia militarize coalition process. Na ya yusu national security operatives. E dia ye nyambransem ni titirasem. E dia kum Ghana this year nwotwe including akoda no we 14 years. Untumi nkaza sa abatwa no. Ya batwa wanwaso a e wo se celebrate.
But what is
abatwa?
What is it?
I will deal with it. One by one. Oh, my one by one.
Okay.
Abatwa yatwa 4 communities in Ghana.
So.
Yes, made up of thousands of Ghana this year. ya mo kwan ama man to abanyi mrahye bedwani ama na nkosi o man nan wo mrahye bedwafie anhye mbra ma wo mo an fight for mo interest no untumi nkasa sa abato no ya abato wonwaso bi a e wo se celebrate abato a ya to a for the first time Ghana abakosemu emanko a ese ya reject e bi si da more than 300,000 ye chiri esan say voting ink pass papa no ne use dia to aba free mentity be sin no in so many polling stations last year elections lisi for sesan ekofa office stamp and ye de to aba neno ama rejected ballots are unprecedented.
I know na keka I didn't mind
exactly because I know nsuo na wo mu ne ye den e do so e ho ntem ye would standard ink pad no ne ye de to aba odi tin ya na ye den aho obobo a enye ba bia we die makwa akofa mu nim adwumanti no na mu ntie futu nti no makwa akofa ink panda office stamp and the twaba or my bed will be also. And until 2016 rejected ballots was just about 165,000 in percentage terms 1.5%. 2020 over 300,000 percentage of 2.5. Sa about so we na person celebrate. About ya pink sheet and on the primary record of the election results. I know the record about so also. The emrane se was here use isi fu ankasa de shembre nim se ye be use a ye wo fa ko Colombia ye twere nipa dodo a ye de biometric afidie no verify omomo to aba total number no ho total number of persons verified by BVD to vote ye twere no ho se na be ya so obi amfa afidie na nto aba wo de afidie no data na wo so no e compare pink sheet na wo be hu so obi e to aba mpirinu a wo be hu so obi de obi di nto aba wo be hu enti sa system no eboa ye ma yetimi check rigging no wo the pink sheet a where you sa column na there everywhere rather how the stamp the CC so and in most cases you record those are entry no also so how can you describe this sham as election one was be been see that I was say ye bo amu ana ye bo se mato nyomo frɛ over that hwe abato ayato a ballot papers are ye de to aba ye de afa kwam bone so enam nwiemu a na ye pese ye wiemu ma aban wote so nti
aka se de afa kwam bone so apeso
tie me ema MPP fo nya original ballot papers esan so nya the yellow EC validation stamp a eno de DC ballot papers na chi e kire se ballot paper we ye papa
okay allegations
any allegation massa hold on right now my producer on Google persons arrested with already tam-printed ballot papers December 7, 2020. And they say yan show videos mu bibiri e so yan show mu bibiri asawase yan show mu bibiri ni nyina na tam-print ama wampenye kufu adon kran ha yan show mu bibiri
those things happens
there be election be
almost elections ye nyina say e den ye beti obi a
election be anywhere ya to ne Ghana ha ya chi obi a okita authentic say a fake ballot paper is different. Okita ballot paper papa na isi fo nko na wo bi
na
hold on mama no si wa no sanso kita the yellow EC validation stamp sa validation stamp na isi fo nko na wo bi security material no that ben we say ya to aba Ghana ha obi kita bia wodi tinti ballot papers echi that should tell you that there was connivance between the EC and the MPP
but the printing any distribution ni ade ni nyina na mo ni representatives ho
eno nti na wo hwe ye propose yina yaka se sa system na wo se ye hyemu kena e wo se say no ini se yaka se ye print ade na nko na wo se political parties nya agents ho even the procurement leading to the choosing of the printing companies no they said you have a region involve political parties in the procurement of BVD machines tamani ye any BV house no tamani ye voter registration for the first time in 2012 no we should also be involved in the printing in choosing printers for these ballot papers because you see some of the printers now you choose one where Ghana Publishing Company MPP ni mapa David Asante no the leading Let My Vote Count Alliance for the MPP and no the danu MPP activist ufi say omu lead the printing of ballot papers ebeye papa pere ebeye adwuma and we hwe kwan last year's election Isi for printed ballot papers, they no more the Ashanti region. Man, bro, so by over 1 million. Now your car say yen share SS ballot papers and say no still omudi BCA. Now some of these ballot papers end up in the hands of some people. You have videos in Ashanti region. It will be a chain of bag, thousands of ballot papers there. Ni nyina yetintima mama mpenye kufu ado. U bet me aka say election we are there one so be incident and celebrity. In the case where they say achievement. wo se yato aba Ghana for nko sika na yede bo abato ne ho ka na no ye wo achievements as Jimenza and as EC
aban no achievement
yes EC for the finance elections it way our modern fans na your fans
but is it not an achievement
by who?
For the
is
country?
It by the EC yet yes we are talking about ya kum nipa o say o kasika wansa I want to interrogate some of the things you are talking about. For example, you say who cost. Almost say who okay,
but the way I'm addressing issues, we say ye bastardize a state institution. One more ena sabi ye democracy shebre eshe omo nsama.
Bastardization is make challenges are a call for 2020 elections ni mu. E was say ye nyina nsam tro for Ghana for ye nyina ye concerned about. So what you say? Near kwan ya yebetumi afa so atoto nyema yi a NCBM. But EC kasa no. Oma jasanse ni nyina wo ho. E no mo say yen celebrate
almost state about 4 challenges
na ma sal omo kan ho ase.
Sir, oman kasa ho ase.
Even nipa ya kunkum omo no mpo no. Me ba hold on. Almost say they don't take responsibility for that because they are not responsible for security. One thing.
But is that not a fact?
It is not a fact.
You see, and then the staff are almost yabato. You know, the babato.
As recent OTB we infa. Ko check EC for budget omo de come rashe bedwam for 2020 election. Na ko check is an election security nka ho. Secure omo de be ma police, soldier, immigration, any security for election ni nyina na omo budget mu na wo. Na ye den na wo raise budget eche sika ma security for. And so wo say won send the security arrangement bi am. A film 1992 be seen na until 2020 and near election security system I use. Once I call district be your DISEC, or municipal, I say MySec, and the keka. I know ye security council, a hobambo equa wa, or moshe a hobambo incenso ewo. Until you do about to Mereswasa equono and a share about to a hobambo so. Na sa kuno de oda no ne politician, the district chief or municipal or metropolitan chief executive or mampini na power. Enti hihye de aye adwuma 2008 2012 2004 ne saa de keka ho ni nyina abato ayato ni nyina ne se edu abato bra politicians a omoda saa ku na no omuko gina nchen na police panyi a wo district ho no aba be DISEC ai ano so dia ze na EC district officer na aba be secretary to saa ku no enti saa ku no na hwe ahobambo nsem ho eso ewa abatu ni mu ewo sa district wo nti omo na be kire say police station bia ye the police ni ba ko na be hedan ebeko ana ye the police ni mienu na beko
EC4 no
sakuo na EC4 ka hu bi no that district
ni technical no have
that district security committee always you know, the EC district officer na secretary are you getting me? Then the police
commander security issues are EC be bank
but they are part of the committee. Are you not getting me? They are part of the committee.
They are part.
So hold on. So, omo committee no be. Omo NMC for na secretary, na police for na eden eda no. Nti omo na be kire say e back coalition center, a police for we dey yebodwuma. Ye hia soldier for ho. Se basa ye bi ba na no ye dia ene ye be frɛ soldier for amama be eden abeye reinforcement. E ye EC for ne police for be di sankita ho a kire omo kwan omo pese bambo ne kɔ. Na a police for na your deployment no that way. So what I say? And yes, idea is in the jai security na ma ban na what so no so your party in the election. No, I can say say me use police for no because use national security operatives. Oh yes, I see 2020 ni be see am ye kunipa. That is why I have a rejoin time. We didn't have these challenges. Charlotte said time. We didn't have these challenges. That bend when we say to about your coalition or constituency level. A soldier for any national security for your coalition center ma. This is the first time we are seeing that. It means security arrangement
the first
time we are seeing the militarization of the coalition process. Even the EU observed it in their report on the 2020 election. The coalition process was not transparent, number one, and there was so much intimidation at the centers. We all saw it on television. And where do you see Ablekuma Central? Where do you see Techiman South? Where do you see Savilugu? Are you getting me? So, who is now about to conduct? No, if one should say, won't mean you won't freeze anymore. Now, one can say, me, Jayama, a buying kwan and a strafo. Why? Check your communication on my issue. recommendation be no mo de aba so mo say there police for nko na mo ban wa abato meboa
yes
meboa na e was a police for ne ipac edi nkita ho ne ye nhihye ya ye de bebo ban e wa abato. So it means that the EC can play a role and political parties can play a role.
Police and always only lead the election security.
The situation was different in 2020. In 2020, you saw so-called national security for any say, oh yeah, MPP in Titra for na yedi omakwa national security mo. This one omoko ye in Titra sami and Yambransa mo ayawa so West Wogontama na to by election wo. E ku prepare Ghana de shebe bre no. Most of these people and you did two share on sa no more coalition centers and soldier for crowd the organa we ya ho bambon share yemu a soldier for mpie sa what you say soldier for pie
where election times there
that is where there is heightened security in the place now you kwa normal coalition to kwansi soldier for ba was but soldier for na nekita tuo on our agents forcing them to sign constituency coalition summary results. Your national chairman, soldier for the 2 scenes, so won't sign the PICO. Your regional chairman, sorry, okay. Chairman Tuku. You can call and ask.
The 2 scenes.
Yes, and the one problem was into the moon in the PF Takwa Coalition Center. So the way I Obama say your core, but any other challenges are my
you've said enough about the security.
Now, for example, the achievement to be on Modiaba. Turnout. Ghana for the I don't know
security no. Across the country. Security for election 2020 rate here Obama is saying
abysmal percentage wise 1% kro mun deserve massa we are
election ni nyina omunya 1% for security
one thing ma Nnawotwe Yi twa mu 2020 elections we like a hard dream pa ewo ahobambo nse what you say. When we saw for the first time soldiers, national security operatives, even voter registration exercise, right? Look at the way it went. Where you saw some security operatives preventing people from registering. Where the course was voter region. Where the course was such a front plains. Then a do election day nankasa collation where the course of miamia bibri and now so many pound wu. So any achievement,
all right,
a challenge.
I mean, you have just 10 minutes to wrap up this interview.
Let me deal with the proposal.
And 2 minutes, I will propose and I share other issues face the country.
Oh no, time and internet. Let's just deal with the proposal.
Okay. All right.
The Edikan almost say about say 2024 about one year koto. Ye pon about one
no miensa instead of 5.
Eno de yesi adabraka enya de beboa wo man no minua yesi ade no sense ya yenya den yankra
eno cry stated in there
ma me nankasa kan jimensa say if it is not broken you don't fix it. If 92 bisi ne ye to aba wo Ghana ye pon nunu emfa wo ha obi amre 2020 about to ya to ya
no enye issue
me say about to ya to ye police station bi anywhere. I mean just few issues be. But police stations, you share there who problems here with police stations. Basa ye ni nyina si constituency coalition centers. So what must do na. Enti the problem be na ye nya no was at 5 p.m. closure time na huntia. Wo se wo sesa no dia 3 p.m. But aye be ni si weni so. What is it supposed to achieve? Minua wo wadi about to achi ache. Nana asema making se meboa kasa meboa. Ye to aba even one kind I told you be a check and sana. And yema ya better to about one crown. Station even in crime.
2020 weja here bo at 9:30.
Baby 9:30, baby 10, baby 11 and some 12 year one report. Because Ghana ya about one sheshe yemu. E ya da ya to aba no. E ye de sa about one year man eco police station. Ye mfa the night before. The night before the eco police station. What district capital. Enti ade a chia ho mache na e ye de betu kwan. And some of the police stations they be just wait and see. So as ebi wa kwan wa ebi kura wa anyama ne be kwa koduru no yesi yeja validation stamp no e wo ba bi agese ye kofa ba ebi kura wa anyama ne be kwa koduru ye beto aba na yesi technical challenges if dia say agese technicians ba they make me boa wa cover elections are
yes.
And they see be 2020 crazy. So enti why do you want to reduce the time from 5 to 3 and put unnecessary pressure on Ghanaians. Sadia no,
and you see na so.
And be no more 2020 about one, or be declare results within 24 hours. Ya catch them say, ye, munyanto boas, ya pepper, ya won't baby, or menti, the kind of bam. Even within 48 hours, cry results and time you declare. If we actually, okay, percentages in the club, 100.4%. So I don't know, I yeah, nyama preka. Ghana, ye to aba, unim about 2 days and your holiday. Obi wa in the private sector, one word you money bitimi kase be bradwuma wi ansa na wakoto aba. Akura se kura no obi ko na afuom wie ansa na wabeto aba. Ade na mo pese mo be ye nyema, ade we enye problem, wo be sesa na agede. Ese kura do nim nsusu ye foforo mo de aba. Omo se Ghana fo ntie mi o. Se Ghana ni bia obeto aba wo Ghana no. Enye se udin wo register mu ana beto aba o. Aje se ye voter exhibition, voter register exhibition na. Okọ check udin. Na wo indicate say obeto aba na yama wa accreditation say wo validate say about wo obeto aba nsa na wato aba asa asem we what be that Ghana ye voter register exhibition nipa do say na ko check e wudi mpo
bebre nko
exactly it is a worker say there
a proposal
I don't think say ye kire ya adwen no say da bra ka emwa say worker say I just say me di kan eko ye exhibition na me ka say meto aba I have to validate and indicate
it's an important part of the election
process.
process.
And important to be wow. I was so be an idea register mu bia or voter polling station was so 12. Problem ben ye one currently nti I would say reform we ba ababe solve. Reforms are supposed to resolve current challenges, present challenges with the system. It is a problem be anywhere already voter turnout no crowd was so dada. Nti amount for validate enka say member beto abansa wa
mo call exhibition na ebedu election dey na
udin we register that's their proposal
na udin nim so
udin nim dia 70 to aba wa ya bato amremu
enti na exhibition hu hia
no problem but won to me nka say e was say me di kan e bebo amane say meto abansa na mato aba na Ghana for do say that is a recommendation under exhibition or more proposals under exhibition recommendation 2 check. Now they kind of exhibition.
Put in place a cut-off time for the continuous voter registration to allow for
the next one.
The next one
called last place. They almost on further deliberations on exhibition.
Okay, validation of voters.
Validation of voters during the exhibition.
The voters will to be available for the
to indicate what.
The voters will.
The voters will be available.
And that one is contested because
exactly.
Ebi a ene kra ene ya meti hey. Matimi ababa be exhibition. Be do tabre kra na me yare na say ebi a
safe the one say NDC for nyese yeduebo anaye pentokwa.
But
yes no ne e ka no.
Adwin ni ba ko foot.
Anything yes ye kire ya adwin.
Mo fa nko boa.
Tie say ebi ne ye kire no hai. Eno na nche no. Yes, say. Brano, dinchuro na ye no. Periodic mass registration na ye. Edema omo afe no madi efie dun nwotwe no. Yisi for so mu bitwem. No ma ba be ye da dinchuro. Your friend continuous registration.
Unya 18 na no akotwero.
No akotwero di. Unimo ono so cannot ye problem bi animo. Ye kwai say ka fantastic because continuous registration da dinchuro no. Ewo ye mra ni mu dada ye dada court krampo ahye easy for say wo ye enti wo ipack ye nhyehyeye say efie de etwa bosomi bia awie ye no ene ye de be ye sa continuous registration ewo district offices but ewo se ye no na brano di ntwere no so ye den ye untumi ntwa brano di ntwere na ye ma omo afi no medi 18 years ana omo di ni registered untumi ntwa no mu na wonye dada no kwa you know why. Because that de ne ye district capital. Na Ghana ni bia na betumi atu kwan afiri ne kura aba na district capital abetwere ne din. Se menya 18 years. Mini what na kura say that. Ye making. On say easy for no. The men say minim so on tra kura say aye ofiri say Ghana nya you kuma say akra na takwa.
Last words na ye mfa
What point am I trying to say? Enso ya ye nsusu ye bebre. Eye de say nsɛmtwerɛ for mama ho kwan a ye di hu nkomo. De ye hwehwɛ ne say easy no. Ebe ma kwan. Na saa nkita hodie no akoso na omutintintiniti suban kabia nka bi suban yaka we mopa mo nka we yemfa ho o masesa ne kakra na etimi aboa ma ipack adwentoato a ye ne ho a ya afiri mretenten a abo ma yi ka bi mam ka bi no etimi ayeden akoso kama so ti ase na yaka we mopa mo nka de mo peye ntie and now yakwa kofifa UDS United Love Party need keka ho to come and bastardize IPAC ni nyina nya dey and finally we the producer be ma me kwan utwe other proposals be was easy ne dwen. For example, ink pad ya ye de to abeya omokofa stamp pad 2024 was the standard one ye de shembre ni mu and say you leave it to the discretion of the EC. So near making sure that they will use the correct one. Secondly, printing of ballot papers here. A bikodi MPP for being some more money ballot staff here. They say was say your map political parties here involved, not just say at printing houses, but even in the procurement process from the beginning till the end. There was here intensified monitoring any security. United reforms was here. Pink sheets or muko yusu ya any entry be out for persons verified with the BVD. I was say yes, sir. Now strictly you adhere to the legally prescribed pink sheets. Ahobambo nhye ya ankoso yi a e ma Ghana for ade hye bi ehwe won kwa no. E was say no isi no any political parties any the police service etenase ne yehwe sa ade no. Na you making sure say national security ni bie ni wa ye be power no so nkobo ban e wa bato. Ye hia sa double mo ne sa MPP ntitrafo no e wa bato ahobambo mu. Na say asrafo krampo beba mu a enye I mean, here under limited or if you like minimum. I think suggestions and there was some my and once they are ready, because IPAC in your see and such a wumi already. You need for fortunately, they say more numbers of parliament so you can push it. And yet, say an easy for Yakao. No, and yes, is we crumple. Ya ba go na power so mo my comprehensive document or reforms new year ye be kuchire bukrata so na dia akoma easy. All right, so what is IPAC kwa na obitim dia the electoral commission and the other stakeholders. The EC e won be also on pick free NDC suggestions in more, but yen hwe kwan be fa so a so mo betie wa nkaboni bia ni. Why not since 1992 ben na afibia abato e beto be wi bia yen sakra kakra e be boa me akwa ni. You hope say e be materialize na Ghana force etimi aye enya so mfa so